Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਖੱਟ ਨੇਮ ਕਰ ਕੋਠੜੀ ਬਾਂਦੀ, ਬਸਤ ਅਨੂਪ ਬੀਚ ਪਾਈ, ਪੁੰਜੀ ਕੁਲਫ ਪ੍ਰਾਣ ਕੀ ਰਾਖੀ, ਕਰਤੇ ਬੇਰ ਨ ਲਾਈ। ਇਹ ਮਨ ਜਾਗਤ ਰਹੋ ਰੇ ਪਾਈ, ਗਾਫਲ ਹੋਏ ਕੋ ਜਨਮ ਗਵਾਇਓ, ਚੋਰ ਮੂਸੇ ਕਰ ਜਾਈ। This body is a combination of a physical body and a subtle body. The physical body is also called Videhi, which is not real because it's going to perish. And it has 6 chakras starting from the navel going up to the Agya chakra, which is in the between the forehead, and then finally to the Dasam Dwar. Now, Kabir Sahib, since the topic of yoga is going on, Kabir Sahib has mentioned how this physical body and subtle body is connected. Not with just with the chakras, but more intrinsic details. And it can be very complex. So today, it requires a lot of focus. And remember, Kabir Sahib was a weaver. ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਜੁਲਾਹਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. So he has defined the physical and subtle body as a piece of a cloth. ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਜ ਵੀ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਮਨ ਮੇਰੋ ਗੱਜ, ਜੇਬਾ ਮੇਰੀ ਕਾਤੀ. So mind is like a gaj, a cloth, a piece of a cloth, and jeva, the tongue, is like a scissor. So Maharaj has defined this whole subtle body and a physical body as a gaj, as a piece of a cloth. So we will try to learn from Kabir Sahib. And remember, a lot of subtle things are there which will not match with the physical nervous system, right? The physical nerves. However, the word used in nerves, that's why we started with Khat Name Kar Kotadi Bandi, that this body is connected through 6 chakras. Bast Anu Beach Pai, the most important thing which is in there is the Naam. Kunji Kulf Pran Ki Rakhi. It's connected in the Nabi, in the navel area, with the Pran. Pran is a combination of a Naam and breath. Breath is needed for the physical body. Naam is needed for the mind. Whether mind connects with the Naam or not, that's a separate thing. Gaudi, Gaj Nav, Gaj Das, Gaj Ikis, Puriya Ek Tanai. And this whole body, which has Vaheguru inside them, the Satguru inside it, Ek Vaheguru is inside it, is actually a combination of 9 yards, then 10 yards, Gaj Nav, Gaj Das, Gaj Ikis, then 21 yards. Gaj is a yard of a cloth. Gaj Nav, Gaj Das, Gaj Ikis, Puriya Ek Tanai. This is how this whole body has been created, the physical and subtle body. Gaj Nav, Gaj Das, Gaj Ikis, Puriya Ek Tai. Now what is Gaj Nav? Gaj Nav is which has 9 doors, right? Now we all know these nine doors are physical and subtle, right? Physical mostly, physical, but inside when the air goes in there, it is like connected. How this is connected with the subtle body also. That's why Maharaj tells us Ida, Pingala, or Sukmana. Pavne Bandar Khaoge. They are energy centers. They are carriers of the air in between. And if we bring our mind, a surti inside a sukham body, this is also a sukham body structure. Remember, Guru Pyaryo, if we are in Maya, when we were born, when we were inside our mother's womb, this whole body was created. Physically also, biologically also, it takes 9 to 10 months. Gurbani says 10 months, around 40 weeks. Give and take, couple of weeks here and there, right? This is how the physical body, but the same time, the subtle body is also being created inside the mother's womb. When the soul enters, it just doesn't enter right away. It enters in parts as the physical body is developed. Gurbani also says, Sito Sita Mema Mahe. The physical body and the subtle body is stitched with each other. That the main component of the subtle body is the Satpuruk. Satpuruk is the one who controls everything. If Satpuruk leaves the body, then even if the body is on ventilator, even if it has air, it has no value. Gaj Nav, Gaj Das, Gaj Ikis, Puria Ek Tanai. 9 yards, as in the 9 doors. Gaj Das, there are 10 senses. 9 doors, 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, 1 mouth, and 2 down below. These are the 9 doors. Gaj Das, there are 10 senses. 5 are our wisdom senses, and 5 are our physical senses. Right? ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਮ ਇੰਦਰੀਆਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਗਿਆਨ ਇੰਦਰੀਆਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ. ਗਿਆਨ ਇੰਦਰੀ means wisdom senses. Karam indri means for all your motor functions. ਹਾਂਜੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੇ, please mute ਕਰਕੇ ਰੱਖੋ ਜੀ. I'll mute it. Okay. So this is very complex Shabad in terms of how we understand the connection between a physical body and subtle body. So total focus. Gaj Nav, this is how the creation is happening. Just think of a creation is happening in the mother's womb. How the creation is happening. Why Guruji is creating it. How it is. Not just the physical components. Now, medical science has talked about the physical stuff, how the heart is created, at what time, that ticking starts and all, how the heart is created, how the lungs are created, and everything, all the vital organs are created. But Maharaj Kabir Sahib is going more to it. He's trying to connect a physical body and the subtle body, also telling you about the subtle body. Gaj Nav, Gaj Das, Gaj Ikis, Puriya Ek Tanai. And this is Tanai, as in this whole body is how this is connected with each other. Gaj Ikis. Now, Ikis means 21. So first he said the yard of 9 things. 9 things as in the 9 doors. Gaj thus 9 senses, 5 karam and 5 gyan The 10 senses basically. 5 for the actions and 5 for the subtle things, right? For the gyan, for the wisdom. Like our eyes, like our smell, our sight, our sound, all these, our smell, our taste, our touch. This is how the wisdom senses are. Similarly, you have the karam indriya also, the actions also, the legs and the arms and everything, right? All those functions. 10 senses we have discussed multiple times, but high level, 10 senses. We are not going to go more in details here. Gaj ikis puriya ek tanai. Ikis. Now, what are 21 things? 21 things are basically your elements, the 5 elements where we have. There are 5 out of the 21: air, water, earth, fire, and sky. Then we have both physical senses and the subtle senses. Physical senses is for the physical body, and the subtle senses, sorry, the elements. Physical senses are for the physical body, and then we have subtle elements also for the mind. This is how the mind is connected. A man karma, a man dharma, a man panch tat ka janma. The mind also has 5 elements. And then finally, we have 10 pranas. In yogic science, there are different kinds of prans which has been mentioned. When somebody leaves the body, it is not just pran is left, right? Slowly and slowly, from the legs, from the from the feet, from the legs, slowly, the life form, the life energy leaves the body. So there are 10 pranas, but overall we call it ek pran, one pran. Pran and pavan is different. खट नेम कर कोठड़ी बांधी बस तनु बीच पाई कुंजी कुल्फ प्राण की राखी. Pran is a combination which is a lock between naam and the breath. Breath is for the physical body, naam is for the subtle body again. So there are 10 pranas also there, and then there is one mind, and the game is between the mind and other things, right? Puriya ek tanai. This is how all the connection is made. So we know about the physical thing, what is happening in the mother's womb when the baby is being created in mother's womb. But now we know how the subtle body is also created, and connected with the physical body. साठ सूत नव खंड बहत्तर बहत्तर पाठ लगो अधिकाई 60 सूत. Now there are, again, remember, Kabir Sahib was a weaver, right? So he's thinking everything in the form of a cloth, as if he's weaving a cloth. In the old days, they used to take the cotton threads, and then that's how manually they used. Then there were no machines or anything, right? No machinery was there. So they used to weave it, and create a cloth. So Maharaj is saying Vaiguruji is the biggest weaver. He's weaving this body, this physical body and the subtle body. Now he took 16 suit. Suit is a thread. Not 16, 60. Sat suit navkhand bahattar part lago adhikai. So sat suit as in the 60 nadis. Nadis as in the nerve, they are the energy centers. They are subtle, remember that, 100% subtle, not physical. The subtle body has 60 different threads inside it, from top to bottom. From top to bottom of a subtle body, it has 60 nerves, as in the energy centers. Nav khand bahattar. Now, the where our joints are there, like our legs are there, our knees are there, our elbows are there, wherever our shoulders are there, there are 9 different joints within the subtle body, also connected with the physical body. Just think about this. There's a physical body, there's a subtle body. Now, how they're connecting? They're connecting through these 60 nerves, which goes from top to bottom. And out of these nerves, there are 3 nerves which we know already: Ida, Pingala, and Sukmana, right? They are energy centers. They are not physical nerves, right? Sat Sooth Nav Khand Bahattar. And then there are another 72 nerves, which are upper nerves, as in which are basically connected with the upper part of our body, above the Agya Chakra. Above the Agya Chakra. Where is the Agya Chakra? In between the eyebrows. There are 72 nerves. For example, another example, if it helps you, Maharaj says, "A Shreer Sab Mool Hai Maya." This body is a Maya, physical body, is a Maya. Then Maharaj says, "Harmandar E Shreer Hai." Now that subtle body is Harmandar. Now, when the mind is full of desires, it is stuck in those 60 nerves. They are the lower nerves. And when, with the kirpa, mind starts traveling up, it goes to these 72 nerves. 72 part lago adhikai. There are 72 nerves. And Maharaj says the reason for our desires and everything sits in our stomach. Very, very strange. There's something which I also learned. And that's why if you will if you will think about it, Maharaj in Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj told us something very beautiful. Alap ahar sulap si nindra. If you will eat more, you will sleep more, or you will be in pain or something, right? Meaning you will not be able to connect with Vaheguru. That's why Maharaj says, Alap ahar, eat little, sleep little. This is a nature of the. So everything in Ayurveda, whenever they have to treat you, they treat first thing they treat you is with the stomach, inside the stomach. They say all the garbage is sitting in the stomach. And something happens to us, even the desires, the source of the desires is this stomach area. 60 सूत नवखंड 72 नवखंड 9 खंड ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਦੇ ਹੈ, the 9 different khands, which are the 9 joints of the which connects these nadis, the lower nadis and the upper nadis, the upper nerves. There are 72 upper nerves. 72 part lago adhikai. And they are all connected through this stomach. There is a stomach of a subtle body also. Part lago adhikai. गई बनावन माहो कर छोड़िए जाए जुलाहो. And where is this pran? Pran is this life force generated by the naam and the mind, and the breath. Maharaj says, if we don't understand the pran, and if we just connect with the breath, we as in the mind, if mind just connects with the breath, what happens? Then there will be lot of vasana, lot of desires. Gai bunavana maho. Maho is attachment. Attachment to these thoughts, attachment to this physical world. Bunavan maho. And this is how the stitching has happened. And if we get stuck in the breath, if we get stuck in these desires, then we will be stuck in this life and death. Kar chodiye jaye julaho. But if we are not connected with Vaheguruji's Kirpa, we will leave this world and go to the outside world. If we are connected, remember this thing. There are two things which is happening, right? Our mind goes outside, mind goes inside. When it goes outside, what it is using. Now let's connect this. 60 सूत नव खंड 72. And on the top of that, Maharaj says, Gaj Nav Gaj 10 Gaj 21. Mind goes out through the 9 doors, Gaj Nav, with the help of senses. It goes out, right? So, for example, if you're seeing something, mind goes there. If you hear something, mind goes there. If you smell something, mind goes there. All through these 9 doors, or through our actions, physical actions, mind will go there. Kar chodiye jaye julaho. This house belongs to Vaheguru. Har mandar e sharir hai. Hari's mandir, the house of Hari, house of Vaheguru, right? And it will leave the house of Vaheguru. Vaheguru is a weaver. Julaho. Julaho is a weaver. He will leave, mind will leave this house. Gai bunavan maho. How? Because of the desires. Because of these desires, because of this vasna. Because of these desires, mind leaves this body. Mind is leaving this body. Rohao, that's a central idea. Gajina miniye, tol na tuliye, pachan ser adai. Can they? We cannot measure it. The soul, the subtle body, and there have been experiments. I don't know how much you have read about it. In old days, they used to do experiments. They used to put a person in a glass, and they used to see when at the time of death what happens. Something comes out, and there have been many researchers actually. Um, some people saw some, you know, some kind of a fog coming out, some kind of a, jot coming out. A lot of things. People sometimes they didn't saw anything. They even put the people with their own desire for the testing purposes that okay, you can test on me. But Maharaj says that it's very small. The actual jot, actual mind, you cannot measure it. Gajina miniye, you cannot measure it. Tol na tuliye, you cannot even weigh it. It's weightless. That's why when we do Simran, when we meditate, we feel like a very light body, as if we are flying on the air. ਜੇ ਬੜੀ ਐ ਹਲਕੀ ਜੀ ਹਲਕਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਸਰੀਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਗਜੀ ਨਾ ਮਿਨੀਏ ਤੋਲ ਨਾ ਤੁਲੀਏ ਪਾਚਨ ਸੇਰ ਅਢਾਈ and even we eat so much food. Ser is almost like 800 900 grams. Pachan ser adhai. Even if we eat 800 900 grams of food, still at the end, when the soul, when the atma, when the mind leaves this body, Jivatma is mind, Atma is soul, as in Vaheguru, Atam Ram, Ram hai Atma. Jivatma is mind. When they leave this body fully, totally, what happens is you cannot measure it. What was left? Everything is left behind. Physical things are all left behind. Then you cannot measure it. Then you cannot weigh it. Pachan sher adai. Jo kar pachan beg na pave, chagar kare akar hai. Jo kar pachan beg na pave. Now that's why, when we eat too much physically, when we eat, that's why they say your diet depends on how your mind will move. If you have eating a lot of spicy food or a meat or something, mind will be more in desires. You drink shrab, mind will totally go crazy. Mind, when mind goes crazy, remember, mind is not a brain, mind is subtle. It is like going here and there from the 60 nadis and all. It will never even reach to the ira pingla and chukmana, or it'll just here and there, going there and there. Pachaka pachana beg na pave. It will never be steady. It will never go to his house. Jo kar pachan beg na pave, chagar kare kar hai. Chagda hunda. The thoughts. There are too many thoughts because of that. That's why Maharaj says, eat a nourishing food, whatever is required for your body. Don't just keep on eating it. Not just the physical diseases, even the mind-related diseases are there. And that's why vegetarian diet is recommended for the meditate people who wants to meet Vaheguru, because not because with the vegetarian diet you can meet Vaheguru, it is because light food. But if you make the same vegetarian meals, a heavy meals and a spicy meals and everything, then it's one and the same thing. At the end of the day, it's a light food, right? So that mind is not eating. That's why they used to call it a tamas khana, tamas food, tamasic food. Tamasic, we know the rajogun, tamogun, and satogun. Tamasic food is the very spicy, meat and all that stuff. That means it will bring more vikars in your body. Jokar pachan beg na pave, chagar kare kar ai. If we don't eat the right kind of food, then what will happen? Then there will be a chagda inside us. The desires in the mind, there will be a lot of desires. In the physical body, will have stomach ache or other diseases. दिन की बैठ खसम की बरकस ए बेला कत आई. When will this time come again? You have got this physical body. It's a durlab day, very difficult. Pai prapat manuk dehuriya gobind milan ki eh teri bariya. दिन की बैठ खसम की बरकस. The khasam which is within you, why don't you sit with him? You are here for a small time. One day, what is going to happen? You are going to leave. But what you're doing is, you're leaving, as in the mind. Maharaj is talking with the mind. You are leaving right away. Din ki bad, khasam ki barkas. You are leaving your mind away from this harmandar. Barkas as in going away. You should go in rather than we are going out. That's what we are doing. Because of these desires and everything, our mind is always outside, baharmukhi, as in towards these physical things, these physical desires. Eh bela kat ai. When will this time come again? This time is not going to come again. But we are still busy in the reels, in the Facebook, in the Instagrams and whatnot. Through these senses, our mind is always out. We are not sitting. Our mind is not steady. Thirkar beso, harjan pyare, satgur tumre, kaaj suare. Chute kund, chute kunde, pige puriya, chaleo julaho risai. When the cloth, when the weaver makes the cloth, they put it in the water, right, for dyeing or for steadiness and all this stuff. But Maharaj is saying, same way, these desires and everything, on these things which are there, you're connected to these pots and pans, as in these worldly things which you're connecting with, they're going to be here. You're going to leave one day. And if you still have those desires, that water which is there, pige, chute kunde pige, puriya, chaleo julaho risai. And when this julaha, when the Vaiguruji will leave your body, then mind has to leave. Jivatma has to leave when the mind has to leave, right? But mind is leaving with the desires, with that piga as in pitjaya, as in the wet mind as in full of desires. Still the desires didn't go away. Then what happens? Then obviously we'll come back here and again in reincarnation. छोटी नली तंत नहीं निकसे नातर नहीं नहीं नातर रही और जाई. The air is the last thing, right? The breath is the last thing which we take at the end when we die. Nali, as in the breath pipe or something you can call it, right? Chodi nali tant nahi nikse. But it is very difficult when for the, sometimes at the end, see, Punjabi ch kehne ਇਹਦੇ ਸਵਾਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਿਕਲਦੇ ਪਏ. His breath is not coming out because whole time we were eating, or in desires. It becomes very difficult for the mind to leave the physical body. Mind will not let go. ਮਨ ਨਾ ਛੱਡਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਰੀਰ ਨੂੰ ਛੇਤੀ ਕਿਤੇ, ਉਹ ਅੜ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਉੱਥੇ. ਛੋਟੀ ਨਲੀ ਤੰਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਿਕਸੇ, ਤੰਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਿਕਸੇ, ਸਵਾਸ ਨਿਕਲਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ. It becomes very 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 difficult. ना तर रही उर जाई, because It is tangled. Mind is still in desires. Either we are attracted towards our kids, our parents, our relationship, our body, our spouse, our physical things. It's ulja hoya man hai. Maharaj says, but you have to leave. You have to leave. It's better you leave right now. Moya jit kar jaiye, tit jeev tya mar mar. Learn how to die while you live so that you are not so much attached to the physical things that your tadi maut bhi badi mushkil hai. The death is also become very difficult. You don't leave the breath. That's why when we do sas gra simran wah guru, we are leaving the breath behind. Our surt, our focus goes up so that it can meet Vaheguru. छोड़ पसार इहाँ रह बपरी कहो कबीर समझाई. Kabir Sahib is telling us, giving us the wisdom. समझाते पे मालक सन्नू. Maharaj is saying, leave this physical world. Chhod pasar. Pasar as in this whole creation, this physical world. Iha reh bapri. Can they remember these things are going to remain here? What you're connected to. But you have to leave and learn how to die. Kaho Kabir samjhai. Guru, very complex Shabad, but very beautiful. Each and every small things have been explained, and I'm open for all the questions you may have. Please ask any questions regarding this Shabad. Anything which you never understood or something which you got confused with, please ask.
Viji, somewhere towards the end, you made a comment that इस करके सानू जींदे जी मरना सीखना चाहिए है.
Right.
Okay, so the way, and I have heard that plenty of times in my life from different kathakars. The way I understand may be different than what you are trying to say. So could you please elaborate on it?
Right. So because why we have these desires, why have we have these attractions towards this physical world? It is because of our home, our ego, right? Till the time we will not, our mind will not connect with the Naam, till the time we will not leave this ego, our ego is not dead through the Shabad. We are still connected. If we are disconnected, we have to disconnect with this world. We have to kill our ego. We have to kill our thoughts. That's what Moya Jit Kar Jaiye. When we go to Sun, remember that's what the Sun is. Zero state. The state of a mind where the mind is in Thirkar, Nijkar. Moya Jit Kar Jaiye. Because anyway everybody has to go, whether they go to a Pelli Sun, Dusri Sun, or the fourth Sun, that's a separate issue. But everybody has to leave. Then they realize they wasted their time. Eh Bela, Maharaj says, Kit ai. This time is not going to come again. So we have to understand that we have to learn how to make sure our thoughts are dead. Our thoughts are dead. Just look at the dead body. Dead body has no thoughts. When our thoughts are dead, that is the true death. But one step with Gurmat explains us is that we connect with the Naam, then Naam as in the Atam Ram, as in the Vaiguru, as in the Satguru. Then we will go to a real house. Mere man pardesi ve pyare aao kare. That kar. Moya jit kar jaiye tit jeev tya marma. Jindyan jiyano. While we are alive, we have to make sure our thoughts are dead. Our ego is dead. Hope it explains.
Okay, thank you.
Hanji Vaiguru.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ
Hanji
ਕਾ
Vaiguru.
ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ.
Vaiguru
ਵੀਰ
ji
ਜੀ
ka
can
khalsa.
you ਹਾਂਜੀ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ can you put the shabad on the screen again please?
Sure, Vaiguru. Sure. Hanji. Upper side, I will go slow so that you can ask me.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪਾਠ ਲੱਗੋ ਅਧਿਕਾਈ ਸਾਥ ਸੂਤ ਨਵਖੰਡ 72 ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ 60 ਸੂਤ ਕੀ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ 60 ਸੂਖਮ
ਨਾੜੀਆਂ।
ਨਾੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਥੱਲੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਦੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਵਿਦ 9 ਜੁਆਇੰਟਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ 72 ਸੂਖਮ ਨਾੜੀਆਂ ਉੱਪਰ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਦੀਆਂ।
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ।
ਪਾਟ ਲੱਗੋ ਅਧਿਕਾਈ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਇਹ ਮੈਂ ਭੁੱਲ ਗਈ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ।
Heart is stomach, tummy, stomach.
ਹਾਂ ਸਟਮਕ,
Because everything we are eating is going in our pet. Lago
ਰਾਈਟ,
adik.
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ
ਓਕੇ
ਜੀ।
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। ਤੇ ਗਈ ਬੁਨਾਵਨ ਮਾਹੋ, ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਾਹੋ ਹੈ ਲਾਈਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਮਾਹੋ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ
Vasna, moh, desires.
ਓਕੇ, ਇਹ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਵੀਰ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਸਮਝਾਓ, ਇਹ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ
Right.
ਰਿਹਾ।
ਗਈ ਬਨਾਵਨ ਮਾਹੋ ਕਰ ਛੋਡੀਐ ਜਾਏ ਜੁਲਾਹੋ। Because of these senses, banavan, all these, tage, these threads, these
ਹਾਂਜੀ
senses which we have,
ਹਾਂਜੀ
our mind is going out because of the attraction towards this world, right? Kar chodiye jaye jalaho. The real house is leaving the harmandar. He's leaving this world, the inside. That's why we
ਹਾਂਜੀ
say go antargat. है ना? ਅਸੀਂ ਅੰਦਰ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਜਾਣਾ ਹੈ, ਅੰਦਰ ਦੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਖੋਜ ਹੈ ਸਾਰੀ। ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਛੱਡ
ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅੰਦਰ। ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਫਿਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਘਰ ਛੋੜਿਆ ਜਾਏ ਜੁਲਾਹੋ, ਜੁਲਾਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਨਾ, ਜੁਲਾਹੋ ਤਾਂ
ਹਾਂਜੀ 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 ਹਾਂਜੀ। ਜੁਲਾਹੋ, remember, the real julaho is Vaiguru. But when we think we are the julaho, actually this is a beautiful question you asked. Real julaho is Vaiguru. What is our real roop? What is the real
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ,
form of mind? Vaiguru.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਪਾਠ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ।
ਮਨ ਤੂੰ ਜੋਤ ਸਰੂਪ ਹੈ, ਆਪਣਾ
ਆਪਣਾ
ਮੂਲ
ਮੂਲ
ਪਛਾਣ।
ਪਛਾਣ, ਹਾਂਜੀ
Because we think we are something different, because of our ego, we always go out, search to, fulfill our egotistical nature. ਮੈਂ ਕੁਛ ਹੋਰ ਹਾਂ, ਮੈਂ ਕੁਛ ਹੋਰ ਹਾਂ, ਮੈਂ ਕੁਛ ਹੋਰ ਹਾਂ। ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਕਮ ਤੋਂ ਆਕੀ ਹਾਂ। We don't go as per the hukam, as per the naam, right?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਭੈਣ ਜੀ।
ਓਕੇ। ਫਿਰ ਗੱਜੀ ਨਾ ਮਿਨੀਏ ਤੋਲ ਨਾ ਤੁਲੀਏ ਪਾਚਨ ਸੇਰ ਅਢਾਈ, ਇੱਥੇ ਫੇਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪਾਚਨ ਸੇਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ 800-900 ਗ੍ਰਾਮ ਫੂਡ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਆ ਪਾਚਨ, ਇੱਥੇ ਫੇਰ ਸਟਮਕ ਦਾ ਕਨੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ, ਰਾਈਟ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ?
Right, 100%, 100%.
ਹਾਂਜੀ
Because Maharaj is telling us, and I personally know people in my, or knew people in my life, they were Kabir Panthiyas. You know
ਹਾਂਜੀ
what is, you can learn things from every sect, every
ਹਾਂ
faith, right?
ਹਾਂਜੀ
They used
ਹਾਂਜੀ
to eat very little. My dad's friend was there, he's no longer there in this world. He hardly used to eat anything, and his nature was very nice. And he used to tell my dad, he used to say, the more tasty food you will eat, the more it will be very unhealthy. Mostly all the tasty foods are unhealthy. What does that mean? It's not just the physical thing, it's about the mind will have more desires. ਦੇਖੋ ਨਾ, ਸਾਡੇ ਮਨ ਦਾ, ਜੀਭ ਦਾ ਚਸਕਾ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ
ਜੀਭ
ਦੇ
ਦਾ
ਵਿੱਚ।
ਚਸਕਾ, ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ
The
ਹਾਂਜੀ
taste of the tongue, it carries us here and there. Oh, ਪੂੜੀਆਂ ਖਾ ਲਓ, this ਕੜੀ ਚੌਲ, ਰਾਜਮਾ ਚੌਲ, even if it is a vegetarian food, the
ਹਾਂਜੀ
chasta is still there, the desire is still there. Yeah.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ। ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਇਨਫੈਕਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਲਾਈਨ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਜੋ ਕਰ ਪਾਚਨ ਬੇਗ ਨਾ ਪਾਵੈ ਝਗਰ ਕਰੈ ਘਰ ਹਾਈ, ਇਹਦਾ ਲਿਟਰਲੀ ਮੀਨਿੰਗ ਦੱਸ ਦਿਓ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਇੱਕ ਇੱਕ ਅੱਖਰ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ।
Yeah,
ਕੀ ਮਤਲਬ?
pachan as in the food. Pachan shakti ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ, like the kind
ਹਾਂਜੀ
of digestion and all, right? The
ਡਾਈਜੈਸ਼ਨ,
digestion, when the digestion will not happen, when we will not eat the food right way, what will happen? Jo kar pachan beg na pave. If will not eat the food in right way, what will happen? We want to eat, sometimes that's why people tell us, our parents used to tell us, eat slowly, right?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ
Eat
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ
slowly also. Jokar pachan beg na pave. As in mindful. Something which we can learn from Buddha also here. Buddha also professed, and same thing Kabir Sahib is telling us here, that if you are even eating the food, even if it is a tasty food, don't take it as if you can't eat a tasty food, but eat mindful. What happens is our mind is somewhere else,
ਹਾਂਜੀ
and we are eating. We don't need that much food the way we eat food, right? The
Right.
physical food. And what will happen inside our body? There will be a chagda, as in there will be an argument, because these five elements which are inside us, they say, oh, this is not a food which we require. That's why the doctors, it says
ਹਾਂਜੀ
you need to have a right amount of proteins, you need to have right amount of carbs, you need to have right about the fiber. And this impacts the food, impacts your mind. Chagar kare kar hai. Even in the mind also, that chagada will be always there. If we eat too much salt, we get a blood pressure. If we eat too much sugar, we get diabetes. Similarly, even if we have too much food, we cannot sleep, we cannot go and rest, we
right
cannot do bhakti,
right
right?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ
Or ji question?
ਛੋਟੇ ਛੋਟੇ ਕੁੰਡਾ
Hanji.
ਛੋਟੇ
Kund,
ਕੁੰਡੇ
kund is the, again, this
ਕੁੰਡਾ
body. Yeah,
ਓਕੇ
kunda, but this is a whole body is a kunda.
ਓਕੇ
Physical body is a kunda. When the time will come to leave this body, then pige puriya, this cloth is wet. It is the mind is still wet with the desires.
ਓਕੇ
Chaleo jaho rasai. And that body is leaving this mind, but the desire, it leaves with the desires. It leaves with the home. How which aya, how which gaya.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ
ठीक है जी?
ਛੋਛੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਛੋਛੀ ਨਲੀ ਤੰਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਿਕਸੈ ਨਾ
हाँ जी.
ਤਰ ਰਹੀ ਉਰਜਾਈ ਇਹ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਵਾਸ ਨਿਕਲਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਬ੍ਰੈਥ ਨਿਕਲਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਮਨ ਫਸਿਆ ਪਿਆ ਹੈਗਾ
Right. Right.
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ
No
ਮਚ
problem. No problem. Right. हाँ जी. Any other question, Guru Pyareo?
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh Put.
Why did Babaji even create like this whole universe and all the species and all the animals in the first place?
He created because we agreed to play this game. This is a game, Put. This
Yeah.
is not, yeah. This is a game. He created this game. There's no reason. If you want, do you want to know why he created the real reason? Right? Ask Vaheguru directly. Ask Vaheguru directly. Go there and ask him why you did it. Right? There are some things which are still mysterious, right? That's why we do a Bhagati, and we know this is a game. We are playing this game. Now we have two options. Let me open the camera also. I don't know, it's a little bit dark here where I am. There are two options. One option is we stop playing this game altogether. The second option is we play the game and win this game, right? What should we do? We should play this game and win the game, or we should stop playing?
Win it.
Exactly. Spai prapat manuk dehriya govind milan ki eteri biriya avar kaaj tere kitna kamil saat sangat pach keval naam. We came here, when we come in the sangat and when we remember Vaheguru, we will win this game. That's why we got this physical body. That's, sometimes we just require a little knowledge, not too much. When we will go here, I don't know what is it showing. Maybe I should switch on the camera. I'm in the lights. I don't know. Anyway, when we go up here, I don't know if you can see it. I'll go close. I don't know why it is showing the bridge. But anyway, when we go up there, that's where our real house is there, the house of Vaheguru. We can ask him these questions directly, just like you are asking me. We can ask Vaheguru the same question, right?
Yeah.
We are separated from Vaheguru right now, Put, because of our previous births, because of our karmas, our actions which we have done in the past life. That's why we keep on coming in this world. But our destination is to merge back in one Vaheguru so that we don't come back here again. We're done. That should be our target. That should be our desire. Okay?
But what about our first birth? Like, how were we born? And then why couldn't we just do it in that birth? The first one.
Because we did mistakes. We didn't play the game with the right rules. We lost the game. right? That's
Yeah.
why we need to understand Gurbani Guru is beautiful. Now we have a gift of Gurbani Guru. Guru tells us step by step what to do so that we can win the game. And if we will follow the Gurbani Guru and we will follow the rules step by step, we will win this game. Char Padarat. Remember, there are four Padarats. We have to stay in those four Padarats, four things. And we can still laugh, we can still eat. It's not that we become, we leave our house, we leave our family. That's not what Sikhi is. Hasandeya, khilandeya, penandeya, khivandeya, viche hove mukt. By laughing, by playing, by eating, by wearing clothes, we can get liberated. Okay? All right. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੇ, ਹੋਰ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ? If not, आओ जी आप सिमरन करिए। वाह, tummy in, listen to your voice. Guru, tummy out, listen to your voice. गुरुमुख प्यारे सेवा कर लो। वाह गुरु, वाह गुरु, वाह गुरु, वाह गुरु।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 Guru, Wa 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 Guru। ਅੰਤਰਗਤ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਮਨ ਹੀ ਬੋਲੇ, ਮਨ ਹੀ ਸੁਣੇ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਹਮ ਅਵਗੁਣ ਭਰੇ, ਏਕ ਗੁਣ ਨਾਹੀ। ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛੋੜ ਬਿਖੈ ਬਿਖ ਖਾਈ। ਮਾਇਆ ਮੋਹ ਪਰਮ ਪੈ ਭੂਲੇ। ਸੁਤ ਦਾਰਾ ਸਿਉ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਲਗਾਈ। ਇਕ ਉੱਤਮ ਪੰਥ ਸੁਣਿਓ ਗੁਰ ਸੰਗਤ। ਤਹ ਮਿਲੰਤ ਜਮ ਤਰਾਸ ਮਿਟਾਈ। ਇਕ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪਾਠ ਕੀਰਤ ਕੀ। ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸਰਣਾਈ। ਇਕ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪਾਠ ਕੀਰਤ ਕੀ। ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸਰਣਾਈ। ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਚੁੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਖਿਮਾ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ,